In 8th century Japan, Buddhism was a tool of the state. Monks were government employees, confined to magnificent temples. Their job was to study, to pray, and to stay away from the common people. Preaching to the masses was strictly forbidden by law. But one man believed this was a betrayal of everything the Buddha taught. He would break the law, defy the state, and change history. His name was Gyōki. Born in 668, Gyōki was on the fast track to becoming an elite state monk, destined for a life of comfort and prestige. But at the age of 37, he did the unthinkable. He walked away. He abandoned his prestigious position, left the capital, and began to walk the forbidden path. He went directly to the people, preaching on street corners in simple language they could understand. But for Gyōki, words were not enough. He believed that to save people's souls, you first had to save their lives. He organized his followers into a massive volunteer workforce, building the infrastructure the state had neglected. They built bridges, dams, canals, orphanages, and hospitals. To the government, this was a rebellion. The court denounced him, calling him a petty monk who was illegally mobilizing the population. They tried to suppress his movement, to arrest him, to silence him. But they couldn't stop him. The more the state tried to crush him, the more his legend grew. To the people, he wasn't a criminal, he was a savior. The government had made a powerful enemy, but soon, the emperor would need a miracle from the one man he had declared an outlaw. Then, the heavens seemed to fall. Earthquakes, famines, and a catastrophic smallpox epidemic killed nearly a third of Japan's population. The nation was on the brink of collapse. The ruler of this terrified nation was Emperor Shomu. He believed these calamities were a sign of his failure. He was convinced that only a grand, unprecedented act of faith could save his people. He decided to build the largest bronze statue of the Buddha the world had ever seen, the Great Buddha, or Daibutsu. The project was monumental. It would require all the bronze in the country and a workforce of hundreds of thousands. It was a project designed to create a spiritual shield for Japan, but it had a fatal flaw. The people wouldn't help. The populace was in no mood to support a lavish government project. The Great Buddha was on the verge of becoming a symbol of imperial failure. Desperate, Emperor Shomu realized there was only one person in Japan who could mobilize the nation, the man he had once condemned. In a stunning reversal, the emperor sent a message to Gyōki, begging for his help. Why did Gyōki agree? Because he saw the project as a way to ease the suffering of the people. This was the ideal of the Bodhisattva. For Gyōki, building bridges and building the Great Buddha were the same thing, acts of compassion. The outlaw was now the state's official fundraiser. The fate of the emperor's prayer was in the hands of the rebel. Gyōki's involvement transformed the project. He traveled across the country with a powerful message. This was not the emperor's Buddha, this was their Buddha. He turned a top-down government project into a grassroots movement. And the people responded, donations poured in, a vast army of volunteers assembled. With Gyōki as its leader, the construction of the Great Buddha became a true national project. The emperor's gratitude was immense. In 745, the court bestowed upon Gyōki the highest rank in the entire Buddhist establishment, Dai-ji. The man they had once persecuted as an outlaw was now officially the most powerful monk in Japan. It was one of the greatest comebacks in history. But the title meant little to Gyōki. He remained who he had always been, a servant of the people. He used his new official status to further his social projects across the country. But the great project would take its toll. In 749, at the age of 81, before the Great Buddha was fully completed, Gyōki passed away. He died not in a lavish state temple, but in a monastery he had built for the people. The nation mourned the loss of its hero, but Emperor Shomu had one final honor to bestow. It was a title that would elevate him beyond a mere man, beyond even a saint. The emperor was about to declare that Gyōki had been a living god. In an unprecedented move, the imperial court officially declared Gyōki a bodhisattva. It was a formal recognition that the man they once called a criminal was a living embodiment of the Buddha's compassion. The outlaw had become a god. A few years later, the Great Buddha was completed, a testament to Gyōki's incredible power to unite people. His legacy was written onto the very landscape of Japan. The 49 temples and countless public works he established formed a network that connected the country. Over time, the man became a myth. Legends grew that he had discovered hot springs and built every famous bridge. While most of these stories are not literally true, they reveal the profound impact he had. The people needed a hero to thank for the world they lived in, and they chose Gyōki. Gyōki's story is a timeless lesson in the power of compassionate action. He taught Japan that the purpose of religion was not to serve the state, but to serve the people. He proved that a single person, armed with conviction, could be more powerful than an emperor. He was the outlaw who became a saint, the rebel who became a national hero, and the humble monk who showed a nation the true face of the Buddha. His work endures, a silent testament to a man who truly walked the path of compassion.